We have seen a very strong week in this session because overall Nifty has gained near to 2 to 2.5% in the entire week till now. So as of now, what we have witnessed that the short-term trend has turned to be bullish, tracking the positive global cues, because global cues have also created a positive feedback for our market. So our market has catched the momentum very positively and has even surpassed the level of 16,000 psychological mark on a very decisive manner. Because yesterday we have seen a gap up opening which has already surpassed the 16,000 psychological mark. So we are pretty much bullish in the counter as of now. If we will see the overall participation, then the participation from the banking, auto, these two spaces have given a lot of boost to the overall equity market. Even the FMCG counters has outperformed in the entire week. So we are expecting that this momentum to continue for the short-term period. For short-term period, we are having a bullish traction. And lately, we have seen the participation of metal indices also, because a lot of metal counters have also entered in the market, entered in the rally, and they have also contributed to the rally. So as of now, banking and IT, these two will be having the main leadership that we can see for the next week. That next week we can expect ahead of the earnings season that IT companies can take handover from the leadership position, and even some of the banking counters are looking very lucrative for the time being. So we are hopeful that IT and banking index should continue the uptrend for the time being. But for the same time, we advised not to be very complacent with the recent gains, because the overall trend is negative. No doubt on short term we are having a bullish trend, but looking at the larger picture, we are having a lower lows, lower bottom pattern. But we have to see stock specific action and thematic move for the entire week, for the next week, so that we have to be very specific and be very selective with the stock picks. So coming to the levels of Nifty on technical chart is having a very positive structure for the time being. 16,000 is the immediate and very strong support. And on the higher side, we are having a resistance from 16,300 to 16,500 zone. On Bank Nifty side, we are having approximately support near to 34,000 to 34,500 levels. And on the higher side, the immediate resistance that we can witness for the timing is 35,800 levels to 36,000 levels. So these levels should be the immediate range that we can expect the broader indices to trade into. Now coming to the technical picks that one can gauge there, one can look for the momentum. Is first one is from the IT pack, because ahead of the quarterly earnings session, we are having bullish approach in IT packs, because most of the IT are in the oversold region. So the first pick is Tech Mahindra. Tech Mahindra has been trading in a very narrow range of 1000 to 1020. So any dip towards 1020 or 1030 will be a very good buy for Tech Mahindra for the time being. On the lower side, the stop loss should be maintained at 990. And on the higher levels for short-term period, we are expecting a target of 1080 to 1100. The next counter is from the banking space. From banking space, a lot of counters are looking very positive, but to have the underperformer is Axis Bank for the time being. Axis Bank is currently trading around 660, 670 odd zone. So we are having a bullish approach in Axis Bank, and any dip towards 660 will be a very good buy for this counter. So the stop loss to be maintained at 638, and the near-term target for Axis Bank will be near to 710 to 720 for short-term period. The next counter is from the chemical sector. Tata Chemical is looking very good. Even in the last session, we have seen a lot of traction in terms of volume. So it is one of the counter that can be looked for accumulation from short-term perspective. The entry level should be near to 820. And on the downside, the stop loss to be maintained just below the 800 mark, that is near to 795. And on the higher side, we are expecting a target of 855 to 860. The next counter which has made a very strong pattern on technical chart is Bharti Airtel. Bharti Airtel has made inverted head and shoulder pattern on daily chart, and we are having a range. Currently, the range for Bharti Airtel is 680 to 690. So this could be the accumulation zone for Bharti Airtel. From here onwards, we can see a rally towards the level of 720 to 730 in the short term period. For the short term traders, the downside stop loss to be maintained at 665 levels. And the last call is from Voltas consumer durables, because it is one of the underperformer from the segment and it has made a strong base for itself till now. So we are expecting that 970 to 980 is a very good zone for Voltas to get accumulated, and any decisive or traction in terms of volume can be seen ahead of 980 levels. So then we can see a trend line breakout in Voltas, and for the near term target will be near to 1020 to 1040, and the stop loss to be maintained around 940 levels.